So there's a big difference in hours here. I'll explain what I was doing, but this was from last time, and I did some experimenting. And by experimenting, I mean just some random stuff, since I kind of wanted to do some testing. Don't worry, I didn't do almost anything really, even though it was 4 hours, kind of crazy, but pretty much what I wanted to find out, because I was wondering about these fishes, right? And last time I was saying something along the lines like, I remember fishing them in that one area, but I honestly went back and I tried to find some info and there was nothing. But the thing about these fishes, and the reason why I fished them in particular, is because they're really easy to catch and they give you a lot of points for your fishing rod, which I leveled up a little bit, but honestly, I don't know. It's probably not worth it, but regardless, the thing about these fishes that really suck is that, from what I can tell, everyone says that the time that they usually come out is around 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. Right now it's 7:36 p.m. I'll do this as like a little test, but pretty much the reason why I left it there for so long is because at one point I thought to myself, maybe I should just leave the fish bait on the thing, and if it bites, I'll just pick it up. So here's the thing. It doesn't bite. It sometimes bites, but it doesn't always bite. It's really odd. I don't really have that much to go on. But right now, technically, the fish should bite from, like, the info. The thing is, from what I tested, at the beginning when I started fishing, they would never bite, even if I was at the right time. Supposedly, I saw some info that said that you have to have at least 10 luck on the rod in order to catch these. So, I started fishing in the pond behind me. I got to luck 10, and then I started trying to fish again. Nothing happened. The time that supposedly these fish do bite, honestly, is kind of just all over the place. They are pretty good for getting easy experience, but they really take forever. And while I was doing this, I decided to start looking for more info on fishing in general. And I actually saw that there was a lot of cross-referencing and a lot of things that canceled each other out. I'm not 100% sure, but pretty much during the time that I was just waiting for this to bite, like now, I was looking everything up. And like I said, it takes forever for the fish to bite. They sometimes do bite, even though it's at the time that it's supposedly supposed to bite. Regardless, the fishing rod, there are some people that say that grip only affects vibrations on your controller. Others have swear that it does increase the catch rate of higher fish. Now, there's other people that say that flight is actually important. Some people say that flight, even though it just makes you throw farther, the farther you throw in some fishing ponds, like the ocean and some other areas, you do get bigger fish. However, some people swear that it doesn't do anything. So from the most that I've gotten, oh yeah, and also some people say that strength is the one that is necessary because it says in the description for reeling in the big ones. The most that I can get out of everything, and I still have no idea if it is true or not, is that when it comes down to the general, supposedly the guidebook says that flight and resilience are two of the best pickups for the fishing rod. Flight because there is supposedly people that have looked into the code, and apparently the guidebook is telling the truth. The further you throw out the fishing rod or the bait, you do get better fish or bigger fish. And then obviously resilience, because resilience just makes it so you can reel in faster or more without the line breaking. Strength is kind of pointless because it's, as long as you can just keep holding the reel button, you should be fine. You don't need strength. That is supposedly what the guidebook said, and what people said that is pretty much okay after data mining the game. Now, after all that, obviously you see that I upgraded most of the stats that I've been like reading around. And I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know. Because in the time frame that I've been trying to catch this fish, from what I can tell, whenever you throw the bobber or the bait, as soon as it touches the water, I think anyways, it now has a chance of getting a fish or not. If the fish is not gonna bite, it will never bite, I think. Or maybe this specific fish, you have to throw the line immediately around the time frame. But that's the thing though, I also tested the idea of just leaving the bait in the water and just letting the time zone of the fish supposedly come around. Like right now it's biting. See? I've done this several times because, again, like, I wanted to test the fishing to see if I can get any kind of extra value. And I don't know, it's so all over the place. It really is. But this is what I've been doing in the time that I was just like messing around. Pretty much. Like, it's 3 in the morning, right? And some people have even posted videos of people catching the fish around 8 p.m. So there's a big problem with this specific fish, and I don't understand what it is. But people basically say you can fish the fish from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But then there's other people that have shown videos, like the one that I saw, which caught it at 8 p.m. and I just caught this at 3 a.m. So instead of it being 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., it seems like it's more of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That is the range for that specific fish. I will say that. So most guides have it opposite. And like I said, I have no idea what to think. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past like 4 hours of just leaving the game on and just like doing something on the side and like reading up info. Also, if you can see on the top, I've also made a bit of money, but it's pretty easy to make money, like I said, with the bait, so it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, that's what I've been pretty much messing around with. So, oh yeah, and also meanwhile, while I've been fishing, every 2 minutes I would feed my own pet, which, by the way, by the time that I've been doing it, it's pretty hefty. So basically, just to go over the thing about the bait for the fish, boost, I used minions, or minin, whatever it's called, and Mimi's, the little worm, gives you endurance. Right now I have 75, just to prove the concept. It's now eaten, and it's at 76. So basically, I just have to feed this thing like a few more times, and it'll be pretty much like good to go, really. Strength doesn't really matter, and I don't know if tenacity really matters that much, but the 3 main stats are boost, endurance, and stamina. So hopefully I don't have to keep feeding the fish that often, but yeah. But I just wanted to keep all these fishes just to show off like how many times I've done this. We don't need them, by the way. How much do you get for these? You only get 2 scale. Well, there you go. That's my little TED talk for the testing that I was doing. And don't worry, it didn't really do anything super like time wasting. If I want to be honest, as soon as I finished the whole chapter 4 and I decided to take a little mini break, Since it's just fishing, you know, I might as well just sit there and do a little bit of reading and all that. So it wasn't that bad. Alright. So now. Actually, hold on. There is one one more thing. One more thing I do have to do. I need to take 2 pictures that I forgot to take. One's of the ocean, and then one's for chapter 3. Forgot to take a picture of the what? There we go. Yeah, the Lunastar shards. And then I forgot to take a picture of Lynn's house. Other than that, we should be fine. The Lynn's house doesn't really need any inventions, I don't think anyways, but it still helps with the picture. Alright, now we're officially ready to move on. Like I said, most things are going to be moving on very quickly, thankfully. You'll see. The only thing I have to be very careful about is not missing any of the pictures. That's the main thing that I have to be very careful. But as long as I have safety saves, we should be fine. So just to make extra sure, make a safety save, and now we can move on. Good old chapter 5.
Alrighty then, here we go. Mount Gundo.
Chapter 5: Conflict of the Past and Future.
Alright, let's see if we can get a quick early picture. It really matters. It's early morning, so I'm not sure if we can get the picture of the ghost. So this is also the chapter that I was talking about way back when, about how if you accidentally don't do the picture for the cinders, yeah, it's pretty annoying. Kind of don't remember that well the picture for this. It's right over here. It's early in the morning, but I think it's too early. I remember if it's, I think it's like right over here. Yeah, might need to take that picture later. That's fine. But yeah, the main thing about this area that is super important is to take a picture of the geysers and then also the picture of the cinders. If you do not get that picture, it's pretty much over. And like I said before, it's so stupid. All you have to do is put a straw house or a wooden house, and let it burn. And if you move forward in the story, you fix the cinders that's coming from like the sky. You can't get that picture later. Yeah, it's very it sucks. Go ahead and recruit our main helper from now on, basically. So pretty much the rabbit wants something orange and something nice, delicious food. Give it a carrot. All right. So, because at this point in the game, we pretty much have a lot of money. I don't have to worry about the shopping list and all that. It's really nice. We could get a wooden box, buddy. Although, I just want to double check something before doing this. So this gives us a defense of 18. I could technically make something better. Since, I mean, we might as well. We've made some inventions. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Yeah, I don't really need to do this, but I mean, since we're already making most of the inventions, why not? I think for the backpack, I think the best one that we have right now is the cleaner pack for the energy. And then probably the best one we have is the super alloy body. Oh, we need 3 silver. So let's go get that real quick. Again, most of the time our ride pod would almost never get hit, but might as well just give it some more defense because why not? Needed 3. Right. So we go from 18 to 24. Not much of an upgrade, but it's still something. Our backpack is 120. Get 80 points. Why not? Go ahead and sell this stuff that we have too. Make room. Alright. Now let's go get our friend. Yeah, this next part of the game, like I said, it's gonna go pretty fast. You can see, you can detect mimics, the gate key, map display. It's really nice. Yeah, this part of the game we're gonna be going really fast. The only thing that I have to be super careful about is potentially not going so fast that I miss something. That is the biggest thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and make sure we get these pictures really quick, and let's make our shopping list, sort of. So, for now, let's make... Pots are like really good. Because the thing about pots is that you can stack them and you get a lot of culture points for almost no space wasted, so those are really good. How many houses do we want? I think we need 4. And 3. Like I said, with all the extra cash now, it's just nice that I can just instantly buy these and not have to worry about checking my shopping list. I think that's mostly everything. Now we just got a straw house. Alright. Put it somewhere. This part might be a little bit tricky. I need the houses to be as close together as possible so they can all get the benefits of the stuff. I might have to... Can't pick up these, right? No. This is what the game's gonna say about this little maneuver. Sit down. The future has changed, and then it says, however, wooden and straw structures may burn down. So yeah, pretty much the game warning us about that, which is fine. Alright. I think that might be it, but... Actually, wait, we need the top house. Okay. I think that should be everything. We have the culture points. Yeah. So now, to get the picture, We go to the train stop, and then we go back, and then we take a picture. This is extremely important that we do this now. Because again, if we don't do this, we will miss the opportunity once we fix the future, or once we fix this area. Yep, here's the picture. Alright, let's go ahead and move to the future real quick. What? I got a chimney picture. Well, this area is huge, and it's gonna be really painful to get all the upgrades. Like, really painful. So, yeah. I think for now we should just move on to the next area really quick. Also, 1150. I don't want to get the picture of the ghost before we move forward. Which I think is over here. I know it's kind of like pointless, but I want to get some water. I'll leave it on fast really quick to see if we can get it like on time, but it should be around here somewhere. So give me a second. Okay, that should be enough time waiting. It should be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Nice. Alright. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, so we can move on to the area. Let's just go ahead and put this down to normal. And go to the next area. So this is going to be how normally most of these stages are going to go. They're going to go pretty quickly. So we now have the map consistently always showing. And our new Ripod, now a bike, moves very quickly. And as you can see, now the enemies blink if they have the item in question. So no longer do I have to actually cross-reference to make sure if it's one enemy's one other. So yeah, once we get the kill, we can pretty much just get out and just move to the next area. It's that easy. And because we have the map available, we can also just go straight to the exit. Game will get very quick from here on out. Where's Rock? There it is. I should probably clean up my inventory so we can actually have it on first slot every time. Actually, let's go back and build something really quick too. Okay. Let's make the great, or let's make the crane hand or whatever. Let me fix my inventory very quickly. So I want this to be on first slot, so let's just move this over. Okay, enough. Nice. You can also need this guy every so often, but this guy's pretty much ready to go at it. Put it right here, actually. Alright, now we can move on. Well, this kind of sucks that we have the red seal, but it's fine. We have items to throw, so it's completely okay. So again, this character does the same thing, but because it's sealed, we don't really have movement. I could buy the seals just so we don't have to deal with this, but it is what it is. Oh. Yeah, you could do a lot of different things now. I guess it doesn't... Yeah, these explosives are still good, even like at this point again. Just goes to show you how good they are. So now we just need to find the geostone and we can move on. Again, ideally I do have a lot of the money already, so I could buy the seals just so we can go really quickly, but it's fine. Don't really need to pick up anything from the chest either, but if I do find the magic crystal, it does give me a location of where the geostone is, so that would be really nice. Speaking of which, I need one of these actually. I'm gonna need this for later. But yeah. I'm really worried that I'm going to end up moving too quickly. I'm gonna end up missing something. But it'll be fine. Also, yeah, it's chapter 7 that's the chapter that kind of locks itself out. So once we hit chapter 7, we're in chapter 5 right now. When we do hit chapter... Please tell me it's in this little corner. Okay. Once we hit chapter 7, that's when we're going to start collecting all the medals and stuff, so... Yeah. So if you're going to be a fan of golf and fishing and all that, yeah, that will happen once we hit 7. And just again, go over the reason why chapter 7 is so infamous. After you finish chapter 7, two things happen. Basically, you lose Monica. So any of the medals that require Monica, you can't do them anymore. And also, the palace or the dungeon that is in chapter 7 completely disappears. So, yeah, you get locked out of 100% pretty hard if you do not complete everything before doing the final, well, before doing the boss in chapter 7. It is pretty infamous on that part. And we'll pretty much get our big upgrade for our Ripod in chapter 6. Which is going to be pretty much our main weapon. But like I said, the Sun, or the Nova cannons are decent for now. We could get, well, we could get better damage on other things, but this is just the most convenient. Alright, nice. We got the magic crystal, so we can see. Once you get the magic crystal, you can pretty much see everything. You can see the dot where you need to get the geostone, and you can also potentially find the enemy that has the key. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see, because it's not gonna hit me, is it? It's sometimes a little bit hard to see because they might overlap each other, which when it does happen, it's a little bit unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal. And again, I don't really care about getting experience for my car or my Ripod or anything. Or just killing the enemy and driving straight to the point. Because once we get to chapter 7, most of the enemies that we can take out are going to be very strong. Well, not very strong, but they're going to be giving us a decent amount of experience. Go ahead and make a safety save. Kind of crazy that I wasted 4 hours just messing around with fishing just to see if I can get anything optimal, but it's fine. The only thing I do have to do is, whenever there is potentially a door that's locked, I do have to maybe get lucky with the crystal. Yeah, see, I have to go through the locked door to get the geostone. Okay. Got lucky there. It is a little bit annoying dealing with enemies in a group like this, but once we start getting better weapons, or once we get the better weapon, we can pretty much just mow them down. It's not that one. But yeah. The biggest thing that is pretty annoying about the later dungeons is that even though we're pretty much moving very quickly through most of it, when it comes down to doing the metal challenges, specifically doing Sphida, anytime you fail, you know, the golf thing, you have to kill all the enemies, and, you know, kinda sucks. But if you look at the timer on this, The time limit to defeat all enemies is 7 minutes for the speed challenge. So you're pretty much looking at 5 or maybe 4 minutes of every single time you fail to just get another attempt. And remember what I said before, every time you do an attempt, it's random based on the dungeon's floor layout, and you can quite literally get bad luck and it will be impossible, and then you have to just waste another 4 minutes. It's pretty rough. Okay. It's good that we got that. Now we need to find our target, which is right there. Alright. I'm gonna go fix up the ride real quick, just in case. How much are we at right now anyways? 80%. Alright, not bad. I think I haven't even gotten that much experience from this whole little like mini encounter. No, I haven't. I may just actually start making a third save of like middle doing the dungeon, just in case I mess up something like near the end. Maybe that's just being too paranoid. I'll tell you one thing, once we get to chapter 7, I'll be very happy because there will be no more missable stuff, and all I would need to do is pretty much just complete the medals, which is pretty straightforward. Like how I keep getting everything that is like slightly potentially new, so I can override my slot. That should be it. Okay, this one might be a little bit tricky. I might have to do this one twice. This one, I need to get a picture of an enemy dying, and I also need to take out the enemy with an explosive. Let's see how this goes. I always forget that you can skip the intro for that. Alright. So any guys with explosives or bombs on their head, basically, are the ones that I'm looking for. Are you in there? No, you're not. Okay. So make sure. Banana. Well, we have... Well, it's not the one that I need, but... Got the one item. Got the other one, just in case we need to go in there. Okay, not bad. That is not what I need. Nope, nothing still. Kinda pointless having a map. There's like so many here, but none of them are the ones that I need. So happen. Okay, that one's the one I need. Okay, let's see how this goes. So I can either choose to take him out or take a picture, so we'll see how this works. I'm gonna do damage to him so he can like... Okay. Jesus Christ, that was terrible. I don't know why the camera made me face that way. Well, I definitely need to go back here again. Classic. Okay. There's no way. Okay. There's actually no way that it does that flip like that. Okay. All right. That's very fun. Whatever. There's only 2 of them in the whole map, by the way. That's why it's a little bit annoying that I just have them like that, or whatever. Oh, here we go again. Pretty sure I didn't get the geostone for this one, but that's fine. Oh, I did get it. Alright, let's try again really quick. The problem is that while it's doing the little flyby at you, if you do stand on it, the explosion itself will make you get knocked back, so you can't take the picture. So you can't really do like a frame picture like normal. These stupid... dragons. And the only thing that's annoying about using said car is, well, There we go, got it. Using the motorcycle is kind of annoying when it needs to be a little bit more controlled, I will admit. You technically don't need this much speed. You complete most of the like fast runs or whatever. But you know, it's still something. No, I thought I could have sworn I saw bomb dude. Okay, so the next one's gonna be easy. All I have to do is walk up to him and just throw the thing. Nope, take him out. Gotta find them. Or behind the door, which would be really ass. No, he's not. Okay, good. There we go. Alright, we can leave now. So, a little bit about the monster transformation badge. Pretty much, there are only like a few of them that you have to collect in the game. I think there's like 9 or something. It's not every single monster that you have to collect. That would be kind of insane. And honestly, even if it was that thing, it probably wouldn't even be that great regardless. But you do need specific items to do some things in particular. However, most of them require you giving them a gift capsule, which gift capsules naturally require you to put like 3 items. Hence the whole, you know. Leaving it for last, since most of the items that we'll be getting, like the diamonds and stuff, it's probably better to get it because, you know. I actually don't even know where you would naturally get diamonds. I think maybe there's an enemy that can drop it, but it's low chance. I know you can get it from the fishing contest, but again, you have to get 3rd place, which is kind of harder to get than 1st place, so yeah. Make a safety save. Alright, let's move on. The geostones, all we need is to find the one enemy. This is kind of awkward. Right there. Yeah, later on, if it gets too annoying doing the driving technique or whatever, I might just end up switching out for, I think the second fastest one is like, I forget what it's called, jet propelled or propel, no, it's not propeller, it's propulsion or something. Gives you better mobility, but it's a little bit slower. God, I hate that. God, I hate when this happens. If you're wondering what, like, the best weapon is, I like the... Oh, God. I like the machine guns, just because they're just more consistent. You just hold down the button and it just shoots everything. I don't know if it's the best damage. I think it is best DPS, but much prefer the machine guns over like the Nova cannons. Yeah, most of these floors are going by super quickly. I do enjoy chapter 4. I like the scenery and everything, but at the end of the day, I mean, it does get pretty quick after it. And by the way, if you're wondering what Chapter 6 is, Chapter 6 is basically just a rehash of going through all the areas again. Pretty much. However, Chapter 6 is very scary because there's a decent amount of moments where you fight bosses and sections where you have to take a picture. If you don't, you pretty much just... yeah, you just lose it. That's the only thing scary about Chapter 6. Well, last time it was always yellow, but surely this time will be red, right?
Very good. Here
I mean, I guess. Yes, it's kind of whatever. Man, this... I've not been getting any good luck with the clown this playthrough. I've had other playthroughs where he would give me like medals. Actually, no, there's been some medals where... some medals. There's been some playthroughs I remember that I would get like... I would actually get medals and stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter, I can buy them. Well, some of them, but... regardless. Alright. We got everything. Let's get out of here. Let me move this thing around. We need to do a little bit of photo taking really quick. To double check that I got everything. I'm telling you, I'm pretty paranoid, but I'm gonna be very careful from this chapter onwards since we're almost pretty much at the end in terms of missable stuff. There we have not 100 yet, but that's fine. Gonna go ahead and make one of these. Need to take a picture. Or I'm an idiot. Hold on. Need to place this down to take a picture. Let's see. Pretty much have everything. But yeah, this is another one of those situations, like I was saying beforehand. If you get one of these, you get the hardened mud pile, and let's say that you go ahead and like plug all of these up, you potentially lose the picture of the geyser. So it's like another potential failsafe that kind of happens if you are very diligent. I'm gonna get more clay. I don't need to plug all of them, by the way. I'm just... Actually, I don't even know why I bothered. It's fine. At this point, there's not really much reason to sell anything. So I'm just gonna start hoarding everything. Actually, I don't have the item to start the boss fight. Well, whatever. Yeah. Take a picture of that, because that's going to be blown up in, like, a minute. And this part's going to be kind of annoying. Because this place is huge. Yeah, the only thing that's left to do is the boss fight, pretty much. Yeah, this place is absolutely huge. Getting all the pictures is going to be... yeah. I'll take some pictures as we go along, but I'm gonna make a full round check of the area after. I think this is like the one map that is just completely super massive. Getting pictures here and just getting the general upgrades is not fun. But I will wait until we are 100% so we can guarantee that everything's spawned in. I'll pick up anything along the way, obviously, but this place is... I'm gonna be quite honest, I kind of forgot where we have to head to, like, get the item. Pretty sure maybe on the second floor? Probably on the second floor. Third floor seems like a bus. There we go. Did he give me the item? Yes, he did. There we go. Alright, we're pretty much ready to go. So, a couple of pictures that we can take here, but... again. I'm gonna make a third save slot before I actually commit to fighting the big boss, just in case I do, like, for the slight second that I forget something, I could just load that save and not get screwed over. Like I said, I'm genuinely gonna be very cautious for the next couple of chapter. I gotta bother going all the way over. But I'll definitely do a whole look over of this place once I'm done. There's something... no. I recall taking a picture of the floor, but maybe that's just a rug for that one area that we went to, the one that had the sulfur. Maybe. I am kind of worried about the fishing right now. Because, I mean, I don't know, I read so much about the stats and like everything about the fishing and all that. I don't want to use the lure rod, just an FYI. I remember it was so... It really gets on you when you're trying to get a fish with that rod and then you get a fish that's just slightly under the measurement. It's so frustrating because you're consistently moving the stick around just to get nothing. Is yeah, it's awful. Not a good feeling. I'd much rather kind of relax. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'd much rather just sit there and wait for the fish to show up. Genuinely. Alright. Pretty much good to go. Let's make a safety save on both sides. I'm not touching file 2, but file 2 is like the perfect chapter 4 already, so... Alright. We're good to go.
That's it!
Actually, wait a minute. You can get a picture of the battleship after chapter 4. Because you fight the flying battleship now. So I guess that's also another opportunity if you potentially missed it. So you can get a picture of that if you really want. And now this is the boss fight. No. Doesn't really do much. Just going back and forth, honestly. Okay. Okay. A little bit faster, got it. Okay, maybe... Not that much strafing. A little bit dangerous, not gonna lie. That was my fault. I didn't actually notice there was more to go on the right. I thought the boulder was the cutoff point. But yeah, it's not really anything to be worried about. Yeah, so after you kill it, you cannot get a picture anymore. So you have to take a picture again right before. Alright, time to go back to the workshop. And 90. We're almost done to 100. I think the 100 requirement for this one is just going a little bit further in the story, so it can do its little plot. But yeah, that's pretty much chapter 5 already. Well, almost anyways.
What's that?
We gotta go to the 3rd floor. Here, just gotta make sure I get like cover picture. I get the item? Oh yeah, she's gone. Okay, we got the horn. Alright, we're gonna leave now. Need to fix up my tripod really quick too. So now we need to go ahead and move further through this area, but we should be fine. Hmm. Actually, wait, is it this way? I think it might not be. This is just the boss area. Plus, no, this is literally the boss area. Is it this way? Oh, it is this way. Wait. Uh-oh. I may have forgotten where to go from here. Wasn't it? I think I'm... It has to be somewhere here on this thing. Maybe it wasn't all the way around. Maybe it was like right here. No? Wait. Uh-oh. Maybe it's that giant... Oh my god. I'm losing my mind. Forgot it was... I don't know why I thought it was behind the boss. Whatever. Alright, it's pretty much the same old, so... Right next to it, nice. Hopefully they didn't bug out the game. Okay. I was gonna say. I remember right, there's a picture here that I gotta take. Something with the Bone Lord. Like if I remember right, you have to take a picture when the Bone Lord is like slowly falling over. Then he gets back up, but... Or was it you just have to stun him? Let me make room here really quick. We got the Geostone, now I just gotta find the enemy. Okay. This might be a little bit tricky, but maybe I'll get it off. There we go. Yeah, I remember it was either when you kill, because like normally when you kill skeletons they fall on the floor and they sometimes get back up, but yeah, no, it's just throw a rock. Yeah, a lot of the photo scoops end up getting way easier as you go through the game, which is like, ow, at least nice in that regard. have I not found this yet? Must be on the other side. Really need a map. There's the geostone. Is it really all the way at the end of this thing? Yes, it is. God. Gonna need to go ahead and repair it. I think I might actually need to get rid of a few of my weapons or something, because I'm getting to the end of my thing now. I'm not. Nice to have more space. Did it just say Finny Frenzy? Ooh. I guess we can go do Finny Frenzy very quickly. Let me just do this really quick. Enough. Let's go. Yeah, let's go do Finny Frenzy. Why not? So, besides getting rewards for Finny Frenzy, there is a thing for completing the highest difficulty, getting first place, I think. I don't remember, but regardless, we'll go get it. I know I already took the pictures, but more for safety. Let's see, are they still the same rewards? Or are they different? Yeah, they do change. I think they change after you win like 3 times or something. Alright. Guess I get to relax a bit for now. So yeah, there is one for winning Master. Honestly, I'll let this just play out. Oh, it changed. Nice, we got a diamond. Wait a minute, that's kind of huge. Wait, is the prize also another diamond? Because if it is, then that's... Ah, no. Wait, what? For master, it's that? Final bomb with the Ripod fuel or the seal breaking scroll? That's not worth it. That's really not worth it. What the? Alright, we're getting out of here. There's no point. But we got an extra diamond. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I thought we were gonna get another sunstone, but you know what? Works out, works out, works out. We're good. Gonna go back to this place really quick, make a quick save. Make sure I heal, then we'll move on. Like I said, the pain is almost over. Well, the pain of potentially ruining the run. Afterwards, the pain of playing golf and fishing will be the new pain. We'll see. Oh, it's him. Well, I don't care about the aquarium anymore, so we don't have to do that menuing anymore. However, I do want to move everything so we can have the main items be at the top. That way I won't have to constantly menu. Doesn't matter that much, but you know. Alright. We're good. At least now I don't have to constantly open the menu every 2 minutes or every time I finish a floor. But it's not a big deal. Okay. More mimics. Yeah, this floor is really annoying to complete because you have to pretty much go through every single chest to get the mimics to clear the dungeon. Not fun. I think that's probably the worst ones, actually. Because it's one thing to potentially clear the whole map when you can see all the enemies, but the fact that you have to go in and do the menu to open the door, or to open the chest, I mean, kind of sucks. I don't know if that actually adds to the timer. I don't think it does, but then again, I think it does. Oh well. We're almost to the end of this chapter, by the way. We just need one more boss. Yeah, this chapter has 2 bosses. Crazy. I'm just gonna start blasting. Alright. So this is the boss. Let me go ahead and just make sure we're all prepped and ready. So like I said, if I remember correctly, chapter 6 is just me going through all the other areas, going the side paths, and then fighting like a little mini boss in each path. But again, it's very important that I take pictures for certain moments, because there are a lot of situations where you can miss something.
Lava! It's part.
Is there anything else that I'm forgetting, actually? I think I'm fine. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I'm being a little bit too cautious. Yeah, basically this fight we have to fight him again. This time I, don't have to use the bomb tech. I can just shoot him. Yeah, pretty much.
Once again. Why do you refuse to give up, boy?
I won't forgive what you've done.
Gaspard, it's time.
Pretty much. If you're wondering what kind of damage I would do if I wasn't using the Nova Cannon, let me show you. So this is still level 1, but so remember how I said that the machine gun is pretty good for DPS? Yeah, that's level 1, by the way. So, I mean, again, the Nova Cannon is good, don't get me wrong, but the machine gun definitely has better utility.
Damn that Griffin!
Machine guns are pretty good. Alright, let me double check to see if we have 100 here. There we go, we have 100. Nice. Alright, so I'm gonna do a little bit of extra searching just to make sure we get all the collectibles and stuff, and also potentially get all the pictures.
Well, finally Gandorada has been completely restored.
I don't know. I've heard a bit about it, but I'm not 100% sure if it really will be a thing or not. Even if it is free to play. Are you excited? And why ask the question? Let me double check something really quick, because this area is really annoying when it comes down to getting all the pictures and stuff. The good news is, after we finish this chapter, the other one shouldn't be that bad for picture taking. What normal obligations? Wild statement. Nothing, just going to get a checkup. My yearly checkup. So my doctor can basically tell me that I'm a picture of health with my good quality sleep that I don't get. We need to get a picture of the thing. I think we need to use the teleporter to get up there. Besides, I mean, does it matter that much? I will say though, I won't be streaming tomorrow, because after I finish doing the thing, I'm probably gonna go and like do everything else since I'm already leaving the house. Probably get like some groceries and stuff. How's that? What? Oh, what was that? Whoops.
Our counter. Are you prepared?
I don't think it's a good idea to say yes right now, but would it matter? I don't think it does. I'm so cautious right now about this. I think it's fine. Yeah, I can't skip this.
Hasmos, lift off!
What are those? Here they come!
Now! Fire!
Alright. So at that point, we're pretty much... We got the weapon for the 100. In terms of stats, it's at 56 with Exorcism and Flame, I guess. We'll put it here as a memento. Gonna go ahead and make a safety save real quick. And we're gonna go back to the area to check on all the stuff that I took pictures of. And then we'll do most of the inventions, or all the inventions that we have, just to cross-reference if we're missing anything, and, you know. How about you? Have you been enjoying your Dynasty Warrior game? Alright, so this is gonna be a little bit lengthy, but I'm gonna double check everything on the map just to make sure that we have all the pictures and potentially all the items. Damn. Are you using the one weapon that's supposedly busted? The whatever? I still remember when I was going through it, I was using the circle glaive weapons or whatever they're called. I don't know, it looked pretty good with the dash canceling. So you're pretty early then. Alright. I don't know, man. I still remember playing that game like it was... Well, can't say it was like yesterday, but... I remember playing it and just saying... glazing Hyrule Warriors constantly. Good times. Again, just going around taking pictures of potentially everything, but just to be safe. Although I guess if I really want to be safe, we can start doing the inventions really quick, so that way I can tell if there is something missing. Let me just double check something. Electrics? What? Wait, do I even have that? Electric something. I might have gotten it, but I just didn't notice. I do have it. Okay. Yeah. Kinda. Okay. According to my cross-reference, we are good. The only thing I need to do is start making a bunch of inventions, and then we just gotta look around the whole map for potentially upgrades. I think we're pretty much good.
Yeah, it worked!
But yeah, pretty much, I mean, I normally don't sleep that much, but The thing that I have to do is like
Yeah, it works!
at 9 in the morning. So, you know, might as well not bother with the implications of potentially sleeping and hating my life and, you know, just going through.
Say cheese!
But I do kind of want to see how well I'm doing. Not for nothing, but I did get kind of crazy in the last 2 weeks of December. So, I mean, I'm feeling fine, but then again, most people say that it's not normal to not sleep.
Yeah, it works!
Well, to be fair, just having something to keep my mind off of it does help a lot. I'm...
Yeah, it works!
I mean... I guess you're not wrong about that.
Say cheese!
But to be fair, I've heard a lot of like very odd stories from my own friends about their own general health and about them visiting
Say cheese!
doctors and stuff, and I've heard some questionable things.
Say cheese! Yeah, it works!
So what are you looking forward to for like the next couple of weeks? Because I'm looking mostly forward to Neo 3, if I'm gonna be brutally honest. I don't really care that much about Code Vein 2, but I mean I'm still going to do it because it's a new game, and technically I did play the first one and it wasn't that bad. It was Anime Souls, so surely.
Yeah, it...
By the way, remember how I used the machine gun arms for the
Say
boss fight that we
cheese.
just did? Well, this one's level 3. Yeah, just to give you a little heads up of how much more damage we can do. Did you play the original DQ? Because I legitimately didn't get into Dragon Quest until 8. I think maybe most people did. At least I feel like that one was the most popular one.
Yeah, it works.
Well, I will say this. If it is actually that good, then Dragon Quest is definitely going to surprise me then. I do like the art style though for it. It looks nice. Kinda gives me like a little bit of like Blue Dragon vibes, but in a more cartoonish way.
Say cheese. Say cheese. Say cheese. Say cheese.
Although I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after I'm done with this game. I think I'm actually going to end up finishing this before Thursday. I mean, hell, I have a
Say
whole week.
cheese.
From today, I have a whole week until next Thursday, which releases Code Vein 2. So I don't know. I mean, I guess during that time I'll just take it off. We'll just rest. If I can rest anyways.
Yeah!
I think I'm missing something. Unless I'm being dumb. Missing a few pictures, but I don't think I have work crane. Work crane. Work crane. Didn't I already did something with work crane? The work crane should be here. Or is it at the 4th chapter? Wait, I'm trying to think. I need crane. I'm pretty sure that's outside, actually. But I could have sworn I took a picture of it. I guess it didn't count. What's that? You gotta be kidding me. Whatever. Anyways. Back to what I was doing.
Say cheese!
I am gonna need to make this weapon, actually, the one that I'm gonna make right now. I will need it for a boss fight coming soon. And if you're wondering why I need a weapon, it's because I can't use the Ripod. Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy. Can't use the Ripod, thing that we've been pretty much using the whole game. It's not that bad though. But I do need to make sure that I bring a few repair powders and stuff.
Say cheese!
Gotta remember before moving on.
Say cheese!
Alright, we're pretty much done with all the stuff. Not bad. Let's double check to see what kind of stuff we can get or what we can make. So this requires not that much actually. We can make this for a better thing. This one, this is the reason why I was holding on to the bandit coin, by the way. It's to make this weapon. We need a few silver ball, and then we need not really much anything else here. I do want to make the machine gun arm. We need a few more. We need a gold bar and silver ball. Okay, that's fine. All right. So the good news is everything beautifully done. No problems. We have all the pictures. Nothing missable has been missed. I'm just gonna go through this whole area really quick. Make sure there's no other upgrades that we can grab just because, and then we'll move on to chapter 6. I really wonder how golf and fishing are going to treat me on this playthrough. I'm very curious. Because I really... I don't mind playing the golf game. The golf game is really fun. I don't like the idea of killing all the enemies all over again just to do the stupid golf game. Can definitely get on your nerves, but it is what it is, I guess. Once we get fully upgraded on our Ripod, it really doesn't matter. Most enemies, if they ever get a shot in, they're going to not do almost any damage, and I'm going to be doing super quick damage. Hell. I would say, if they didn't make you redo the floor, if you could potentially finish the floor, kill all the enemies, and all of a sudden you do the golf minigame, and all of a sudden you fail, if they actually gave you an option to retry, that would be beautiful. I would actually have so much fun. The only thing that I would have issue then would be the fishing minigame, which is like, honestly, just, you know, it's straight up just waiting until you get the fish. That's it. That's the only thing that kind of sucks. I mean, technically we can finish the game today, but you know. We can finish the base game fairly quickly. As far as it goes for the side content, which is just doing the mini challenges, it depends on how bad the RNG messes with me. But in terms of power scaling, I mean, we're pretty busted. And we're only gonna get more busted as we continue. I would say, if I had to take a potential guess, the first day we went through the game, we went from chapter 1 all the way through 4. And today's day 2, which we're now starting chapter 5, which I'm already almost finishing, or it's already done pretty much. And we're moving into chapter 6, which chapter 6 is also very short. And then chapter 7 is technically also pretty short, but we have to do everything that's left of the game before moving from chapter 7. Since if we move too far, then we lock out. bunch of content. But I mean, I'm pretty much relaxed. I'm enjoying it, even though I'm kind of constantly trying to make sure I don't miss anything so we don't end up completely ruining the run. But that's okay because, again, we have safety saves, and with safety saves, we don't have to worry that much. There is no problem, no... well, you're still somewhat stressed, but there's not that much. Most of the stress is going to be completely gone once we actually get to Chapter 7. Because then, as soon as we get to Chapter 7, it's just doing challenges, which I'm fine with those. Again, the only problem about the challenges that could be problematic is the fact that fishing it's all complete RNG, so we might be able to finish fishing very quickly, or we might take a long time just because the game wants to. Yeah. I mean, on a real note, there's still missable things that are left, but again, I'm consistently making saves. So I'm 100% not going to, like, shoot myself in the foot. Because the worst thing that you could potentially do, and it will completely ruin your whole day, is if you miss one missable thing and you don't notice, and then you save over the save file, and then, yeah, it's over. But, technically, the only thing that's left that is missable is Chapter 6. Because once we hit Chapter 7, I can stay in Chapter 7 for, like, the majority of the game. Since then, at that point, you know, you just constantly keep checking. It's more of you keep telling yourself the same thing over and over again until you start believing it. It's kind of that kind of mentality right now. Dude, I'm not like it's so messed up actually. I'm going through the whole night basically doing this just to keep myself sane from not being able to sleep. And I cannot eat anything since I have to be what you call it? I have to get blood work done for the checkup. So I'm going on I'm playing hard mode right now. Not really anything here. Although, to be fair, I normally don't really bother eating when I'm doing this. I'll make sure to celebrate as soon as I'm done with all the checkups. No, it's the yearly checkup. My insurance is basically putting a gun to my head and asking me to go to the doctors so they can get their payout. Or, sorry, my doctor is telling me so they can get their payout from the insurance. But I mean, I normally do checkups every beginning of the year. Oh, we're done. This is the 3rd floor. I normally do it because doctors wanting to get insurance money, and also because usually every end of the year, the last 2 weeks, goes a little bit crazy with the lack of sleep and the partying. It's always nice to check. But I mean, I've been doing pretty well, actually. I've been doing some general stuff and all that. Feel pretty nice. Feel fine. You know, besides the lack of sleep, but I already got that on the bag. That's normal for me. All right. Good old chapter 6. Gonna make super sure that I make the safety saves correctly. Let's go here. Actually, here. But I mean, it's not bad. It's on a Friday, though. As soon as I'm done with the morning checkup, I can go ahead. I can pretty much take the day off and just start going to the market, buy some groceries, get all this stuff that I need, and I can relax for the whole start of the weekend. How much does my core have? Don't need to. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to make the new weapons and everything. I guess I could do that. Let me do that preemptively. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I needed a few... I need a gold bar, I need silver ball, and then... I'll just make this real quick. We need the machine. I remember the laser arms being somewhat good, but they're kind of also not good. Alright, not bad. But yeah, I can make a new backpack too. Oh yeah, I need to make the steel gun too. Sticky clay. That was a miss. Yeah, the gun, I actually am going to be using it, so... No longer will my sidearm be broken. Where's the gun? Yeah, as the name implies, it can steal items. It's nice if we need to steal some of the throwable items. But I'm mainly using it for a boss fight, if you're wondering. Let's go ahead and sell the stuff that we have so we can make at least a little bit cleaner room. I need the machine. Everything else has some value. Look at this. Alright, I think we're good. Looking nice, looking clean. Alright, let's make our saves. Move this around. Nice. I guess I can... Oh. Donnie is down here. Whatever. Let's go talk to Donnie. Nah. Nah, I'm not doing... I'm not that much into the idea of doing it. That Explorer outfit for? Oh, it's mine. Yeah, I don't think so. Probably sell that. Yeah, no, I have. Easily. I know I've had like a decent amount of games played from my Steam library, and then like all the new gen games. I have a decent amount of games. Alright, so at this point we are perfect, so I'm gonna make triple saves across the board. Okay. Let me think real quick. We've done all the scoops and everything, so that's fine. Yeah, I guess we won. Wait. What? Did I forget something? Wait a minute. Oh wait, that's right. I have to go to the Luna Lab. Alright, whatever. Like wondering for a second. Nah, I originally had physical, but then after a while I just started buying digital. To be honest, like I don't like I'm not that kind of person to do kind of like collector's stuff and all that. So I don't have like a showroom or whatever. Straight up, all my physical copies, I have a dresser. In that dresser, I'm not even kidding. In that dresser, there's 2 drawers full of physical copy games. Just straight up like full. I think I have to go over here. Might be a little bit wrong. But yeah, I'm not really that kind of person that like collect things like that. Although I know for a fact there's a few physical copy games that I have that are considered rare. I don't really know if I really would care if I sell them, if I would make an extra buck or not, but But I don't know, it is nice physical copies to some degree, I will admit, but I've had in my lifetime 3 physical copies that ended up getting like scratched, broken to some degree because of so much use. Like, I remember the main one that I rebought too was Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I remember playing that game for so much that I remember the middle of the disc got chipped because every time I would take it out of the box from like the physical, you know, pressing down on it, it like kept making friction and it snapped a little piece and it kind of like screwed up the disc. I went out and I bought a new one just to keep playing that game. And then the other 2 games that ended up having kind of like somewhat issues was just because people were like assholes about it. I would like lend out the game and I guess that's not much of my problem, but yeah.
Chapter 6.